Well, hello everybody. Coming to you on a very smoky Monday. Normally you can see mountains behind me. Last I checked, we were at a 250 with air quality, which I guess is bad. Smart people are saying that shouldn't go outside and be active and do all that kind of stuff. So, week 3 is now in the books. I hope you got something out of it. This is a topic that I think is very important. Hopefully you watch the videos. I think the one that's pretty powerful was the United States Senator who had a son who had mental health issues. And I look at, somebody in that position and you would think that they have a lot of pull, they have a lot of things that maybe you and I don't have, and that's not the case. So I guess I hope we did some self-reflection and learned a little bit about mental health and what it means. And, this is real. I mean, as of right now, at 10:46 in the morning, I just told my daughter I feel depressed. Baseball practice got canceled, and kind of going through my morning, very lethargic and just not feeling like myself. So it's real, and we all deal with some type of mental disorder at some point in time. And so the key is, okay, what do we do? What do we do to get back to it? Obviously, if it's serious, we got to get some help from a professional. But I think I'm going to play with my dog here, Augie, who's begging for me to throw the ball. He's right here. You can't see him. But anyway, that always puts a smile on my face. So I'm going to throw the ball. I might clean my car. And I'm going to find something to do, be productive, and feel like I accomplished something today. Is my strategy to get out of my funk. So I saw a lot of you people when it came to the sleep, your phone and movies, and I'm no exception. I like Twitter. I like getting on my phone. I love Netflix. But your phone, your computer, it's a great device. It's a great tool, but it can be evil, and it can get you in ways that it's like a drug, and which we'll talk about, the dopamine and the pleasure centers, and that's no accident. There's some really smart people out there that are designing these tools, Google, Facebook, and they're designing them to hook you and get you on a screen for as long as you can, because they're competing. They're all competing against each other. I just actually watched a pretty good documentary on Netflix about that. I can't remember the name of it. But you'll see it. I think it just came out if you're interested in that. But yeah, sleep is, again, sounds like most of you can make some changes. My advice is try it. Try something, outside the box, something that you're uncomfortable with, and just see how it goes. See how you feel. See if you have more energy. See if you're just a better productive person throughout the day. And then I hoped you enjoyed the videos. As far as, I tried to make them fun and informative as well. So anyway, so let's wrap that up. And now we're heading into what I'm going to call week 4 as far as the assignments goes. But the topic is communication and relationships. So the first assignment is a criteria. So criteria for a successful relationship. There is no PowerPoint. There's no video associated with this. It is what you feel is important in a relationship. I use 2 examples to give you, just to kind of give you an idea. As far as my wife and I, we've had, it was a discussion during the first part of our relationship as far as, what's important. And once we decided that we did love each other, and, we were both thinking we wanted to spend the rest of our lives together, we started talking a little bit. So the first one was friendship. And you think about your best friend in the whole wide world. Do you ever lie to your best friend in the whole wide world? I know I don't. So we talked about that. So, being forthright and being completely honest was something that was important. And then we talked about the word values, and there's a lot there. But I think the thing that we discussed was our family once we were ready to do that. And, I guess expanding on that is family first. I mean, I coach. Coaching takes a lot of time with recruiting and games. You're on the road a lot, and so I've had to give up a lot. Maybe a golf activity with some friends. I had to give it up because, family first. That was part of our values. That the person I was in a relationship with was important to both of us. So kind of think about it, and then don't put down what it is, and then explain it a little bit. All right. And then assignment 2, watch the videos. There's videos on nonverbal communication. There's some examples of actors, which actors have totally mastered the art of nonverbal communication, just the look in their eye, some gestures, facial expressions. So just some examples of nonverbal communication. And then there's one, I can't remember, FBI agent, CIA agent. Well, that was his job. His job was to read people and read not what they're saying, but what they're doing non-verbally. And then there's a series of questions. So I'm going to ask you, to define nonverbal communication. And then I'm also going to ask you to think about nonverbal messages from another person. I use the example peace sign that we see in our everyday lives. So just asking for 5 nonverbal messages from another person, and then I want you to think about nonverbal symbols that you see in a daily in your normal day. So my example was the red octagon. So the red octagon means stop. So those are some examples. So I just kind of want you to think about, everything around us that is nonverbal, not only what other people are doing, but also symbols that we see in a daily manner that we know what to do when we see that symbol. So, and then there's a video on job interviews. Take a look at that video. You can use some of the stuff in the video, or I challenge you, if you're somebody that is in that part of your life where you're interviewing for very important jobs, or just a part-time job, and see what's out there. I challenge you to give me some other examples other than the one that's in the video. I think I use the example of chewing gum, which is pretty self-explanatory. All right, so the nuts and bolts here of this week is going to be our post and our discussion. All right, I kind of spent some time this weekend thinking of something different. And so this is an experiment. Never done it before with a class, so you guys are the first. So go through it. So this experiment is, I want you to think of opposites. So I give you some examples of opposites of nonverbal that are bad. So example, no eye contact, nod your head in disapproval, walking away, rolling your eyes, dress differently than you normally do, talk loud, talk soft, purse your lips. Anyway, I gave you some examples. You can come up with your own, but here's the catch. So the experiment is you're going to have a conversation with somebody. So find somebody that you trust, somebody that you like, your family members, a friend or something like that, and just totally blow their mind with doing opposite nonverbal stuff. So an example was, I took my 2 daughters, and I number one, I dressed differently. I had my hat on and I turned it backwards, which I never do. I'm kind of against that, but anyway. And then I just did some weird things that I normally don't do as I was having this conversation with them. And I was looking at my phone constantly and no eye contact whatsoever, was kind of talking softly. I'm usually kind of a loud guy. And then, you know, after about 5-10 minutes, I kind of explained to them what I was doing, and then just asked them, like, what'd you think? And they thought they were both being punished because I was trying to prove a point that they're on their phones all the time. So anyway, I'm curious on the feedback of this. I don't know how it's going to go, but I thought it might be fun. It might be different, just to just do the role play, and that was the hardest part. And then the discussion afterwards with whoever you choose to do that. I found it kind of interesting. You know, share the experience, and it might be stupid, it might be cool, might be something that we never do again, and you're the only class that does it. So feedback will be appreciated. So anyway, not a lot of stuff to do this week, which is okay. So let's get going on this. I hope you enjoy the assignments and just the thought process of what's important to us in relationships, and thinking about our nonverbal and what we look like from other people's perception. And then I'll kind of finish this as far as, you know, I just doing these videos, and I do watch them when I'm done. You know, it's interesting. I've got some weird mannerisms that I didn't really know I had. I a lot. So anyway, this has kind of been helpful for me as well. Anyway, have a good week, and if you're depressed like me, find something fun to do and get out of the funk. All right, bye for now.